Test, test. Welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, we want to show you how to manipulate function elements within the Substation section using CoMPAS OpenSCD. For that, we will load a file that contains the Substation section already. The Substation section, however, contains only primary equipment or its structural form. So conductive equipments, bay, voltage level, substation. In order to work with function elements in the Substation plugin editor, you have to disable this filter that allows you to see function elements. And then you can already start to work. Now, there are four elements that we're going to talk about. It's function, subfunction, function, equipment function, and sub-equipment function. Functions can be added to substation level, voltage level, but also bay level. An example here would be overcurrent, for example, or say distance protection. To the function element, you can add subfunction elements that can be used, for example, to represent the different zones of distance protection or various other use cases. And you can also add a subfunction to a subfunction to allow more complicated function structures. The equipment function can be added to conductive equipment, but also power transformer. And that allows you, for example, to define functions that control primary equipment, say the earth switch function. You can add equipment subfunctions to equipment functions, say to indicate some subfunctionality. You can, of course, edit and delete all function type elements. Now, to make function elements a little bit more visible in the substation section, especially for big substations with multiple voltage levels and multiple bays, you can see that the function structure has a specific icon. It has a specific border color, but it is also distinguished if you have not selected it by a specific dotted outline with the secondary color of CoMPAS. The last thing that we want to show you is that you can enrich your function to pointers into the data type template section. So basically, what you have here is a structure that is not filled with functionality, so that it has no logical nodes yet implemented. You can do that by adding so-called L-node elements. So for example, for the overcurrent protection, we might have the PTOC overcurrent and maybe even multiple. Say this is a multi-staged overcurrent protection. Then we can do something like that. And we want to have maybe also something like an PTRC involved. Protection trip conditioning, logical node. The same thing we can do here for each zone, maybe one PDIS, protection distance protection, and say the PTRC as the parent functionality to combine those overcurrent protections. Or as in last example, say we want to have in the earth switch functionality, of course, the control functionality, but also have the representation of the switch, and in the sub-functionality, the interlocking logical node for this earth switch. That is already it. As mentioned in the beginning, you can hide function structures to reduce the complexity of the substation section and to make it a bit more readable. And you can unhide it to edit these structures. Thank you very much for listening.